Oh, Connor wants in now.
Too late. Alright, what's good, everyone?
What's up?
What up?
Alright, I'm Tyler, we got TJ in here, Will Paget, Troy Sexton, we got Patty Dabbs, Patrick Bosch up in
Oh, yeah.
here.
Yes, sir.
How's everyone's coronation going so far?
This shit's it's slow.
Slow? Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Very slow.
Mediocre.
Yes.
Will, how's business doing at work? How's Kroger?
Business is booming, you already know. Business is booming, bro.
Is it boomy?
Y'all enjoyed the nice weather recently? Nah, I've been fishing a lot though because of the nice weather. Anyone else do any outdoor activities?
Sorry, TJ, I got a
Working
boyfriend.
Patrick,
Working out.
please chill.
Chill, bro.
Hey, is my mic too close to me now?
Yes.
Oh, give me a sec. Is this better?
Yeah, you good.
Alright.
Probably just chilling the old boyfriend thing too.
Yeah. We don't want to get our YouTube suspended on our first video.
Facts. Alright.
Is Aiden getting in here or nah?
Alright. We have a very nice weather outside.
I just feel
It's
like
very clear. Nice day to fly probably.
Nope, definitely not to
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah,
Nah.
no
You don't-
flying
you-
with this corona going around.
No
I
joke.
had like during the start of it though, like people were like booking really cheap flights and like just being hella reckless with it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's probably
I
the
sometimes
reason.
think it's the government. The government is like something to do with it.
I don't know about all of that. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the government. They made a
think it's
racist
Democrats,
virus because actually more black and Latinos are dying from coronavirus than anyone else, which is kind of skep.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of
feel like that's
Honestly, though, like,
kind of raises some eyebrows, you know.
I mean, it's a Chinese virus though.
Is it? Or is that what they want us to believe?
What I think it's like, I think it's an escaped, like, escape from a lab kind of thing. When they're like, oh shit, we spilled convoy 19. You know what I mean?
China.
China.
I think this is a big experiment made by China, a social and just a biological warfare experiment.
Why did I know
So-
having Patrick on here was not going to be a good idea?
So, are you gonna tell me
Well-
that birds are just government surveillance drones too?
Yeah,
so
why don't we talk
they-
about birds a little bit? Are they real?
charge-
Probably not.
They
I
charge
don't
on
think
fucking
they are though.
the fucking wires outside. I forgot what you call them.
Yeah, how do they not get shocked from standing on the telephone wires? Tell me
Because
that.
they
Because they
stand
don't
on both
touch the
legs.
ground.
They make a close circuit.
I don't know, man. It's a little skep. Virus is a little skep too.
Hey Tyler, how can you turn it on so like only one person can talk?
I don't know if that's possible.
We would all have to turn on push to talk, but then the same thing would happen. It'd overlap each other.
No, I want to get something that like makes it so two people can't talk.
I don't know.
Let's just I don't know, use our manners.
Yeah, we just need to not talk over each other.
Yeah.
But hey, we have 7 viewers now. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. We'll definitely need it. Feel free to donate also in the description.
Facts.
Donation link in the description. You already know. Donate at least $1 and you get to have your message displayed on the screen. So that's pretty nifty if you ask me.
I might have to donate now.
that
Yeah,
is pretty nifty.
You might have to.
Alright. So
So, Will, I was gonna ask you this. Where did you get the idea for the podcast? How did you kind of come up with this whole thing? Like, I'm Will Paget. People want to hear my opinion.
You need server or podcast host.
Hey, what's up? We got one person in the chat.
What's
Hey, are y'all? Is anyone watching the stream right now? Is the audio good?
I am.
What's
Well,
what's going
let
on
me
with all
mute my
that
mic
stuff?
and test audio.
All right. Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not actually watching the stream.
I have it up just to see the chat, but it's
All right,
muted.
shut up. Everyone needs to shut up. All right, shut up. Shut up. Why? Yeah, why you guys keep talking over yourself? All right, so what are we gonna talk about first?
All right, so basically what I was saying was
Who is that?
oh, is it Joe? Oh, what's up, Big Joe? You already know. Hey, Joe, do you have any questions about the
Yeah.
COVID-19 situation or anything that you would like to ask the boys for the podcast? Maybe some
Keep it
money you would
appropriate,
like to
please.
donate for us?
Keep it appropriate, please.
Yeah, it's got a lock on it because we're kind of doing a live stream right now, brother. Are you saying you would like to join? Oh, I think Joe wants to join.
All right, bring him on in.
Oh yeah, hey Tyler, give Aiden permission to join.
Oh yeah, Aiden's up in here now. Okay, he can join.
All the viewers are now gonna be joining.
Joe, you can join now as well.
All right,
TJ,
Tyler.
is the audio good? Is
The
that
audio's okay. Patrick's a little bit quiet in the back.
Again, really?
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Okay.
dude. You know what?
And someone's
just-
spam calling me, so.
what's up,
Is
Will?
this better?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. What's
Hold
up,
up.
Will?
Can you hear us on the
Big Joe, you already know
stream?
what's good.
And Aiden's in here.
Can you hear us on the stream?
Okay.
Hey, Joe, do you have any questions about COVID-19? Any opinions you would like to share?
No, because I don't even care.
All right, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Okay, anywho.
I think it's wild.
No, I think it is pretty wild. Nothing like this has ever happened in our
Oh.
lifetimes, anyways.
Yesterday I was making a joke with my dad about the COVID-19 thing, and I was telling him like, "Yo, weren't you just making like fun of these Chinese people when they had the coronavirus and shit like that?" And then now you're like making a huge fucking serious, and my mom got fucking pissed off, and my dad's like, "Oh my god, this is racism!"
Yeah, it's either you're making a huge deal out of it, or you just don't give a shit.
I mean, he didn't give a shit before when it was like in China still, but when it like finally hit Europe, it's like, oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
Huh? It's a good one.
Alright.
No, but
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's man-made, kind of, but I also feel like it is not.
I feel
I
like it
don't
was a
really
natural
know.
thing that eventually over time got the humans through certain ways, like eating things they probably shouldn't be eating.
Like bat soup.
Like bat soup.
But no. If you actually really look into it, I don't believe anything that.
I don't know if it was
You're
necessarily a
saying-
bat, but something caused it by eating it. I feel like.
I don't believe that it came from a bat. I don't believe it came from that.
well, you're saying
I
it's
mean,
you're saying it's
didn't it-
man-made.
Yeah, I'm saying it's man, and it may have been put in the animal, and the animal is loose, but it is man-made because they already have. No,
Hey,
it's
retard, can you
man-made.
turn your ringer off?
Tell that nigga Tyler to stop being like salty. Let me on.
Bro, why are you answering calls during the podcast? What's going on here?
Get off the phone.
He just said the N-word. We can't have that.
Yeah, shame on that.
Okay, I was gonna ask Will, why.
All right, one second.
I was gonna ask Will his.
Call Tyler.
Dude, hang up the phone.
I hung up the phone. Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, Will, what was your inspiration for this podcast? Have you been watching some other, like maybe Joe Rogan, maybe the new podcast with
Oh, it's
John
Joe
Krasinski?
Rogan.
Nope, not at all. I just
No inspiration? You just came up
nope.
with.
I woke up in the morning and I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a audio processor and I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna start a podcast.
Hey
Wow.
man, seems like a pretty legit idea.
Right. I mean, and I know that it's gonna work because I'm got all my boys here. We're some smart people, and
Yeah, definitely. I
we're
think
going.
I think people would definitely value our opinions. I'm gonna revoke Ethan's ban for a few seconds, and I'm
I
gonna
think I
let him
think people are
join.
sleeping on this stream.
I think people are
Yeah,
definitely sleeping on the stream, but you know,
You know,
we're getting
people
there.
are sleeping.
Ethan is not exactly happy right
I
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
can
be
tell.
surprised if we get some curse words as soon as we join.
If dude, I swear to God, I'll ban him so quick. All right. Someone can invite him. You can invite him if you want. I don't. I'm busy as it is. I
now.
unbanned him.
Honestly,
I unbanned him. You can invite him.
honestly.
Once he gets in here, I'll make him a podcast host. I just don't want him to come in here and be hella reckless and you know just do what
Facts.
Ethan usually does. He called me. He called me. I didn't answer. I'm not gonna answer in the middle of a stream because you know I'm professional.
Facts.
This guy. He's in the group chat right now saying Tyler got butt hurt.
No, he just started being disrespectful to us, so I simply banned him. I'm not mad at all.
No, no, I'm sure.
Is
I
he?
believe you 100%.
Is he? Did he join the server? Is someone gonna invite him?
I
Someone
already invited him.
yeah, invite him to Discord. We'll get him up in here. Ask him his thoughts on COVID-19. But if any of the 6 people watching the stream right now would like to ask questions or you know maybe give us some of your money, it'd be very greatly appreciated.
No, I
Trying.
mean,
Actually, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start up a bit of a conversation.
What's up,
Since we're
Aiden?
going, what are you guys thinking about the fact that the COVID death rate's going up by like almost 100 a day in the U.S.? It just hit 2,000 today.
Um,
I think that shows that people should probably take it a little serious than they have been. I mean, you
I have
still
a question though. Aren't Ohio doing pretty good right now though? Like the what is it?
Yeah,
The
actually,
line?
yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Ohio
yeah,
is doing fairly well.
yeah. Ohio was actually one of the first to like react. We were actually one of the states to jump on board pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Governor Mike DeWine pretty much took control pretty fast. There's states like what is it, New York? You see, they're having tons of problems just because of the
yeah, New
inflation
York's
game.
New
They didn't
York's
do a
definitely having
lockdown.
Florida,
issues.
They didn't do a house
Florida.
to house lockdown. They didn't do anything. They just completely ignored the fact that it was happening, and that caught them up. Obviously bit them right in the butt.
That's actually where I saw that the someone's phone is really loud. I think that's Troy's. But that's actually how I found out about the death rates amongst the African Americans, Latinos. I was watching the live stream where the governor of New York was talking about it, and he was talking about it, addressing the fact that more black and Latino people are dying from the virus than white people, or than anybody else. Matter of fact, whites or Asians or anybody. Um, then I posted on Snap, and you know, people raise some eyebrows to say the least. People think
Hey, for
that's
the
a little
9 of you
scab.
watching, feel free to give some new topics too.
Yeah, anyone can
Look for topics. Don't worry.
hop in the chat, say what you want. You know what I'm saying? We promote free thinking out here.
Get your views up. Someone says.
Gosh, dude, yeah, you gotta use that Detroit.
I found a question on r/ask Reddit. They says, what is something small you can start today to better yourself? Tyler, tell me, how do you better yourself by doing something small every day?
Drink water. It's very underrated, but if you start drinking more water,
All right,
then
no. Let's get some more questions.
I'm trying.
Okay, we have a
I'm
little
trying
bit
to
of a
start to- I'm gonna have
disagreement
a.
here.
So,
I'm gonna have
so
a.
hold on. First rule. Everyone needs to get AirPods or like earbuds.
I don't know if that's something small.
Feedback, and then we should talk about the Dow and how it dropped all the way to 18,000, and then miraculously today it's at 23,000.
Wait, what are you
Don't
talking
you
about?
think?
The
Don't you think
Dow
there's a
and the
little?
stock market.
Don't you think there's a little bit of inflation in there?
Well, what do you think caused it? Will?
Well, it's of course a stimulus package, but the stimulus package is gonna have to be paid back in a year. If you didn't know that, when you
Yeah.
file your taxes, they're gonna take that money back out. But what's gonna happen to those people that can't get that money back? Because there's tons of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every single American 18 years or older that filed for taxes last year.
Oh shit. Okay. We're
Damn.
Yep,
Tyler.
there it is. Goodbye again.
yeah, he's out of here. Connor's about to join too.
Hey Tyler,
Yeah, what's up, Aiden?
are you ready to jump on someone who disliked your stream? Let's jump on them. Someone disliked it.
Someone disliked the stream. Hey, everyone liked the stream. Fuck that guy.
Dislike it, and we'll fucking jump you.
No, we can't do that. We promote free thinking. You're allowed
we
to
promote-
have.
yes.
You're allowed to have.
What is it like snorting drugs?
We're not gonna talk about that. Okay, next
It
question.
hurts.
That's not okay.
No, okay, so
Tell Connor to get back in here. I just saw him in the general room. We need Connor in here. Connor's smart. He knows stuff.
What's going
so
on?
what do you guys think about the stock market?
It's wild, man.
Fluctuating.
Not good, but
I think now's the time to invest.
No, you're
In
wrong.
Bitcoin.
Now's not the time to invest.
do
Now's
not
the
even
worst.
get me started on Bitcoin. We are not doing that again.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
if
not
y'all want to talk
talking
about
about-
Bitcoin with Will.
I don't
I'm
know. I have
not
45
gonna
cents
talk
in
about Bitcoin. I'm gonna talk
I'm
about.
an entrepreneur.
I'm gonna talk about real stocks. No, I'll talk about real stocks. So right now is not the right time to buy stock because the Dow already hit 18,000. The Dow is now back at 23,000. You
Well,
buy your
Will, why don't
stocks-
you start with explaining to the audience what the Dow is? Because I guarantee you, not everybody knows what a Dow is.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, so the Dow is like the squiggly line that it shows the whole stock market. It's the Dow Jones Industry, so it has most of the big stocks, big name stocks in there, and yeah. So when that stock moves, that pretty much shows if you're gonna lose money. So if the stock's doing really good, like almost all the stocks on the board. But if that,
We have another
if
we,
that number,
we have another question coming in. Talk about TJ's weight.
Hey,
Someone's doing everyone dirty in chat right now. Who is that?
hey, Will, I got a question for like the stock market shit. So, like, don't you have to be like 18 to like fucking start buying shit on the stock market and shit?
yeah, you do have to be 18, but you can buy with your parents.
Oh, I see.
Anyone can move around money in stocks. So I mean, if the line is as low as possible, you buy low, you sell high. So if it already hit 18,000, it's back at 23,000. That means you want to buy later because there's more of a chance that it's going to go back down further than 18,000, which means that you'll make more money than if you bought at 18,000, which is why you didn't buy a couple of days ago.
Connor.
It's a bear market, but
Hey,
it's
what's
not
up, buddy?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Connor? No,
What's up?
but it's not a complete bear market, right? Like there's still money in the stock. So you might as well just wait till it rides down to I'd say 16,000. When it's at 16,000, you want to buy every stock possible because it's as cheap as possible, and you already know that the stock market is only going to go all the way back up. You can ride it all the way back to 30 and double your profit.
Hey Connor, what do you think about stonks?
Stonks.
Dude, I stonks, man.
I couldn't even
Honestly,
tell
right
you
now,
about stonks, bro. I don't even know shit about that.
I agree with. I only caught a little bit of what you were saying, Will, but honestly, I agree because like when it gets to its lowest, it's gonna go right back up. So you want to buy everything you can right at that lowest point.
Right, and if it's not at its lowest point, don't buy it right now. It's
Yeah,
not even like, why would you be buying stocks? Like, everyone just sold them all off. Just wait till everyone gets scared again, or wait
Yep.
till a second wave comes around. Then buy it.
exactly.
Like, just wait it out. Because it's gonna be a bumpy couple years. They say it can come back 3 times. You
Yep.
don't know if that's gonna be like three
I mean, at
times.
some point, it's gonna recover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's gonna be
Wow.
everyone dies.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
This guy in the chat is
What?
going off. He says, "Talk about Will, the dark African American."
Oh my
I
God.
might
Not
just
even
make
that
this.
dark.
I might just make this guy a chat moderator.
Yeah, screw it.
He is
it'll work.
going off.
Oh my.
What are you guys streaming on?
It's probably
Streaming
Ethan,
currently
actually.
on YouTube. It might be Ethan's
Yeah,
burner
it's
account.
definitely fucking Ethan.
Oh my god.
It's probably Ethan's burner account for sure.
He's probably like, they won't let me in.
Yeah.
You
I
got
mean,
one
he had a
for half
chance.
an
He
hour.
had a chance. I put him in here and he started fucking hyperventilating or whatever the hell he was doing.
Yeah, well, he's just like, he was in the group chat and he was like, who was it? Jaden said, wasn't it your idea to even start the podcast? And he was like, yeah, I made
Yeah,
the
Ethan
house.
wanted to do it the whole time, and then he
He was
just
like,
went
yeah,
off on
I'm
us,
the
and I was
host.
like, okay, get banned. I don't care.
What did he say?
But we're not gonna talk shit about people on the podcast. So let
Yeah, we're
let
not
me
gonna do
let me digress a little bit. Hey, Connor, I know you've been doing some fun stuff during Coronacation. You want to
Yes,
talk
sir.
about
Yes,
you want
sir.
to talk about any activities you've been doing, any new games you've been playing, anything?
Well, I went to the strip club in GTA.
That's pretty sick. Why don't you
Yeah,
talk about that?
um, it was kind of like anime. It was really weird. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Has anyone seen the new Netflix series Tiger King?
Or you
Say
cut off.
what? Yeah,
The new Netflix series Tiger King.
No.
I have
Oh
not.
man, that is something special.
That is fucking crazy. Troy, I've actually been watching it on your Netflix account. But
I watched like a few episodes. That guy's just like, I don't know.
Didn't he
He's
kill someone?
he
What
went
was
to
his last?
jail. I think he's serving like a 20-something year sentence for hiring someone to kill Carol Baskin. Who is so basically for the people in here that haven't seen the show, there's this gay guy who owns a bunch of tigers, and there's an animal rights activist who also owns a bunch of tigers, and they don't like each other at all. And
This doesn't sound like a vegan-friendly show.
the gay guy goes to jail.
Hey, bro, my nigga Sig. Hey, what up?
The gay guy goes to jail basically for hiring a hitman to kill her.
Oh God.
But everyone's saying he didn't do it. Everyone's saying free Joe. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Trump actually, some reporter asked Trump that if he would look into a pardon for Joe Exotic, and Trump said that he would look into it. So who knows?
Ooh,
know,
might be getting out.
might be. But he has some pretty serious charges. He it's not just hiring someone to kill her. He's also got like animal abuse and shit like
what
that.
charge is that? What is the
Oh.
charge for hiring somebody to kill?
I think it's actually attempted murder.
Attempted murder himself? Like that's the charge he caught?
Yeah, I think that's the charge. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
I'll actually look it up right now. Joe Exotic charges.
I thought that would have been like conspiracy or something like that.
There are a lot of
Conspiracy to commit.
conspiracies.
When is Bobby Shmurda gonna pull up a coronavirus? When is
Dude,
it gonna pull up a
they're
corona?
actually they actually
When is Bobby
released
Schmurder gonna get out? First off, someone look up when Bobby Schmurder's actually.
I got
getting
you. I'm on it.
they actually released 6ix9ine and they're about to release Melly
Yeah,
because
can
of
you believe
coronavirus.
that?
Oh, I
They
thought
Exactly.
Flashes are really released.
Which just means some more gun sellers will be back on
It
the
says
streets.
Schmurda
I think
has
it's
Speaking
Here,
of
fucking
shut up,
guns,
shut up, shut up,
Listen,
shut up,
listen,
shut up,
listen,
shut up,
listen.
shut up.
It says
Everyone
Schmurda
chill.
has a parole hearing scheduled for August 2020, and his conditional release date is scheduled to be December 11th, 2020.
Yep. December 11th.
Hey man, that's the
Alright,
day.
thing you already know, bro. We've been grinding every single day. We've been in the cup, man. This has been me, Zach, and Night Crew, bro. Been banging it.
So
I done took home $700 last week.
yeah, Will's been on the grind for sure. Joe Exotic's charges: murder for hire plot. Hold on.
Hey, real quick, what's the YouTube channel called?
It's called the Dubcast. I believe I put the link on my story along with
Yeah, you
other
can't-
people.
Yeah. Let me find it.
I think someone said free 6ix9ine and Jet. You definitely don't.
Good shit, my guy.
I think he's
Yeah,
already
that's
free
pretty
actually.
good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
6ix9ine's
you guys have
already
8
free.
watching.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about him being out, honestly.
I don't know how I
He's
feel
gonna
about
die.
that
He's gonna
either.
die.
I don't know how
I'm calling it.
I don't know how he should feel about that. I feel like he's
Yeah, I'm
very
pretty
scared
sure he's
right
got
now.
I'm pretty sure he's got quite the head on him.
Yeah, he better lay low. That's for sure.
Does everyone remember that video of 6ix9ine running in his underwear with the AK?
Yeah.
That one will go down in history. But on the topic of guns and AKs,
Oh,
there has been, because of coronavirus, only essential businesses are open, and gun counters are considered an essential business. What are your guys' opinion on that?
Amazing.
I like guns.
America.
I love guns.
Support
Hey
it
man,
100%.
I feel like as long as you're willing to put yourself at risk, then you should be able to work. I mean,
Yeah.
people will say, oh, like all that's doing is spreading the virus. Well, I mean,
Look at Ethan, bro.
I know. I just saw it. Ethan just
Yo,
said,
let's put a view bot on this bitch.
No, we didn't actually get our views up.
yeah,
Hey,
Ethan's
Troy, post it.
Ethan's just mad. But
Let him be mad.
Troy,
yeah,
What?
we'll let him.
post it.
Post what?
This
Yeah.
live.
Post it on your story.
Alright.
Ethan, we try to give you a chance, bro. We try to let you come in here, talk, and speak your opinions. All you did was, whatever you did. I don't even know what that was.
This is the most 11, bro. We're at 11.
Stop being a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions or any situations or events you would like us to talk about, go ahead.
What about Trump? What do we think of 2020?
Oh, I'm thinking Trump.
He
said,
oh, no way.
Trump 2020.
I think he's gonna win.
2020.
Listen,
He just
hold on,
winding up.
Hold on. What do we think about Bernie dropping out?
I think that's a major L for the Democrats. Joe Biden is an absolute retard, and he's not going anywhere.
He is.
Yeah,
very
Joe.
much
I don't
is.
think
Yeah.
Joe Biden's gonna be
Joe
any
Biden.
better, honestly. So I mean, but the thing is, it's two Republicans going head to head. So I mean, either way, we're gonna have a Republican in the presidency.
Yeah.
So like, what are you really gonna do? You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I just like Trump because he's in orange.
Oh yes.
I mean, I just like Trump because he doesn't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
Uzi World says, y'all looked at 6ix9ine's Insta. He actually changed his bio, didn't he? Let me read it. Oh no, he deleted his bio. But I heard that he did.
He was,
Yeah,
like,
what's
trolling
up,
and shit.
Crimson Nation? I heard that he was commenting on like some mayor was talking about snitching on Instagram, and he commented on it. He said, "I'm here to save the day."
Oh God.
So he said that when they released him, he said that he promised to stop internet trolling, which obviously he broke that promise. So
Yeah.
lock him up again. I don't give a shit.
Honestly.
What's up, Crimson Nation? Yeah, free Joe Exotic, the homie. He ain't do nothing wrong. All he did was abuse
Exactly. He ain't
animals
do
and
nothing.
hire a hitman to
And
kill
try,
Carol
yeah,
Baskin.
exactly. If you ask me, that's nothing wrong with
Fuck Carol Baskin. I
that.
I said no talking shit about people when this started. I forget about that.
That's the
Fuck Carol
exception.
Baskin.
That is the exact exception.
You want to hear what Ethan says?
Oh yeah.
What?
What did Ethan
He
say?
says,
I
he
put him on
says,
timeout.
he says, hang on. He says, I came up with the name and dude soft. Tyler, the first one in the ring with me on my mom.
What? Does he speak English? Come on,
Thing
Ethan. I
is,
love you. I love
needs to
you.
go
I
back to
love you, Ethan.
kindergarten and learn how to speak not caveman.
Trace
He
over those ABTs
he
again,
didn't
bud.
come up with the name. I came up with the name. I said the Dubcast, and they were just like, "Yeah, that's good." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, isn't that what you guys go by? Your guys' group, the Dub,
Yeah, Team
Dub
Dub.
name? Team Dub. Yeah, Team Dub.
And the thing is, Ethan wasn't even what like Ethan hates Team Dub. He hates the idea of all that. He said it
Yeah,
many
the thing
times.
is, Ethan didn't come up with jack shit. And even if I do let him in here, all he's gonna do is fucking scream at the
He's
top of his
saying
lungs.
he's saying that him and Joe are gonna do an Instagram live and get more views than us.
Tell him to do it. It doesn't really matter.
I said that's perfectly fine. You're gonna get more views because you're on an Instagram live.
Anywho,
They're just child, bro.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, dude, but I'm talking like, dude, we are all ready to become rich, right, dude? Because look,
Yes, sir.
you saw the last recession. Right after that recession, people got rich. Gotta ride this little recession
Yep.
out, and boom, you're gonna be fucking rich.
It's everything's gonna go up. The stonks are gonna be in the world, or up in the sky, man.
Right? Yeah, because it just happens. We're all gonna have
So
enough. We're gonna have abundance of money.
exactly. So Tyler, what's the rules? What am I not allowed to say?
I think
No
just
curse.
know. I think
Very minimal
Honestly,
cursing.
honestly,
TJ, he
boys,
asked
you know what?
me. I think just.
You know what I think we know the most about?
What's up, Troy?
You know what I think we know the most about? What we can discuss easiest?
What's
What?
that?
Team Dub.
Team Dub. Oh yeah, we can.
We can
Yep.
discuss that all day. We are Team
We. Oh, yep. You want to discuss Team Dub? Oh, we can discuss.
Was like, let me tell y'all something.
Let me tell y'all
Let me tell
I got a great
y'all.
idea.
about Team.
No, but
No, yeah.
no, Connor. I think just no slurs, no racial slurs or
Okay.
homophobia,
Yeah.
anything like that, because that'll definitely get us. That'll
Uh,
definitely take us right off of YouTube for that one.
You
yeah.
wanna? So Troy, you wanna talk about some Team Dub?
I'm always down to talk about some Team Dub, sir.
Afax says predictions for the future.
Oh, Afax
Okay.
loves hearing my predictions for the future. All right. Uh, well, the reason why Afax asked that is because pretty much every single time I've told him something was going to happen, it happened with the coronavirus thing. Like I basically told him 2 weeks before school actually got shut down that school was going to be shut down. I told him that
Wow.
everything was going to close like 2 weeks before it closed. And what's going to happen
Wow.
next? Let me tell you. Basically, either either it's gonna get really bad, like death rate
Yeah.
is either gonna plummet like
Yeah.
way higher, or this 2 week cooling break, as they're calling it or whatever, it's actually gonna be a cool break where it kind of dies off and things start to like regulate a little bit more and go back to its normal ways. But I mean, with the thing, with what's going on now, with like the new thing about the African American and Latino community being affected differently. I mean, I don't really know, just because of where the areas like Chicago, New York, where there are a lot of Latinos and African Americans and just immigrants overall. There's different races that and you're being hit heavily. You just really don't know what's gonna happen there and like how it's gonna like you don't know how long it's gonna take there. Like we're in Ohio, right? So it might everything might be okay here. Like we might get out of
Yeah.
lockdown before everybody else, but we also went into lockdown before everybody else. So like whether we go out first or not doesn't really matter because there's what 49 or what is it 48 other states minus Hawaii and whatever else. Is it even in Hawaii?
Yeah, it's in Hawaii. The only state that's not shut down is I think it's Wisconsin, maybe.
Was
One of those very rural
Yeah,
outburst
it's very
states.
rural.
I thought you were about to say Wyoming. I was about to go off on how Wyoming's not real.
Hey, dude,
It's not
no.
real, dude. I never met anyone from it.
Never met anyone from
Troy,
Wyoming. You never will.
Exactly.
Troy,
Exactly.
tell us a party story of Team Dub.
party story. Which one?
Oh
The
God.
first
Oh, we can
week.
go on and on about the stories, man.
All
Oh,
right, just any of them. We'll just start with one of them.
all right. We'll do the first party we ever threw.
Oh God.
First party we ever threw as Team Dub was what was that? Danny Kaplan's house.
Yeah.
We were probably about 50 to 60 people. Wasn't it was our first party. Wasn't our
It wasn't
biggest
even
one.
50 to 60. It was like 40 to
30,
maybe
40.
50. But no, here's the significant part. It was at 12 o'clock in the morning. So like, dude, I mean, like, who else do 12 o'clock parties? I mean, dude, we had like
Yeah,
that
like
pitch
literally
filled.
started at 12. Like
Boys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're at a new high. 14 people watching. What's up, everyone? Feel free to ask us questions.
What's up,
Donation,
everyone?
donation link in the description.
round of applause.
All right, so
Yeah.
no, keep
Story
going.
time. Let's go. Let's
So
hear
keep
it.
Story
going.
time. Let's
All
hear
right,
Troy,
it.
keep
yeah.
Let's hit
going.
it.
We get to this Danny girl's house, right? And the problem starts. The first problem occurs, and it's because her mom's home. So, and her
Oh
mom
God.
works night shift. So we're basically just sitting outside of her house with like 30 other cars parked down the street, waiting with a bunch of kids, just ready to have fun and get what happens at a party.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
and we had all these kids parked down the street just waiting for us to give the word and say that we were able to go into the house, and we're on the phone with Danny just like waiting it out. Obviously midnight comes around and me and Will are sitting out in the dub mobile, got the word that she's leaving. We watched her leave, told everybody else behind us. We pulled up in the garage, got a unloaded our car, everything that we had brought, because we supply our parties,
See, how do we afford this?
and get in the basement. Another problem occurs. There's no beer pong balls. There's no beer pong cups.
Oh God dang it.
Yeah, it was a problem.
That's not a party. Like,
So we go out, or no, I go out. I buy beer pong cups and balls, and we get back. And then when I get back, there's like way more people than there was before when like I originally left. So I was like, oh boy, here we go. And then we get in there, and what's his name? Pablo. Pablo.
Pablo
He's a little bit intoxicated. He's not
having a good
exactly
time.
himself. He's
a
a
little
little bit
bit
out of it.
tipsy. Yep.
Get in there. Pablo's slumped over on somebody's shoulder, and I'm sitting there like, uh oh, this ain't good. So we're sitting there trying to figure out how we're gonna get Pablo up the stairs, and then our good 21-year-old buddy comes walking around the corner. Probably the guy who obviously I'm not gonna drop his name or anything, but he let's just say it was his first time experimenting with alcohol as a 21-year-old, which really
Wow.
threw me for a loop. Yeah. So
I'd say.
this guy was probably on his about fifth or sixth beer, I'd say, and he was just blasted. Like he was done. His night was over.
Blasted.
His night was over. Okay, so basically what happened is he's
Blasted.
sitting downstairs on the couch. I come in, I'm there, I'm sitting next to him, like, how many beers have you drank, dude? And he was like, oh, no. He can't talk, can't even like, doesn't even remember where he's at. I'm like, all right, we got to get you upstairs. We walk upstairs, maybe 10 stairs, we make it up. Dude just collapsed, just gone, just never to be seen, like, never heard from him again that night. Get him upstairs, like, carried him up there. We're sitting in this, the hallway, and right in the hallway, like, it's so when you walk up the basement stairs, you're in a hallway, and directly across from the basement door is the bathroom. And right inside the bathroom was the brother of Danny Kaplan. He's like the chillest dude I've ever met. Like was completely unaware that the party was going on at first, and then when he found out that the party was going on, he was like super chill about it. which I like really needed to happen, or else it was just not going to be good. And dude, like took the 21-year-old from me, like basically just like let him lay on the bathroom floor. He was passed out, just gone, wasted.
Oh
Like I
god,
said, never to be here. Like nobody heard a word from him that night again. Uh,
that's insane.
what's his name? Yeah,
So y'all just
he.
left the dude on the bathroom floor?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's happened at quite a few of my parties. Don't worry, I'll get there. But so yeah, he's just laying on the bathroom floor, and we're all just like, we're all just casually just going about our party, just like nothing happened. And this dude's upstairs laying on the bathroom floor. Well, what's her? It was the grandma. So the grandma was apparently home and sleeping, and we had no idea that there was a grandma in the house too. So
Oh
we're
my
like,
god.
so come to my surprise, I come upstairs with a beer in my hand, and I'm just like, oh my god, who is this lady? And she doesn't even speak English. Like she has no idea. Like I'm like trying to like she's like asking me questions, not even speaking English, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to get Danny or her brother. Like I don't know what to do here. There's a drunk guy in her bathroom, passed out. There's like 30 teenagers in her basement drinking, and I got no idea what to do. So I go and get her brother, and somehow the grandma ended up being like completely cool with it, like just went back upstairs and went to bed. And but like at that point, like the brother or whatever was like, all right, it's kind of getting out of hand. Grandma woke up, probably should call it quits. So at that time, pretty much everybody was gone, like they're pretty, blasted,
Yeah.
everybody. And we're trying to make sure everybody's got ride home, everybody's gonna get home safe, we're not gonna get stuck there. Well, the 21-year-old was our first problem because, well, he's 21 years old and passed out in the bathroom floor. And yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, we're just like, what are we gonna do with this guy? And it very quickly became like a big joke. Like everybody was just like, everybody found out that he was 21 years old, and like he was just in a shitty situation. So it very quickly became a big joke between everybody. He was like laying on the floor and being tossed around by like a bunch of different guys, like picking him up and trying to get him up.
Oh,
And we ended up, it was
Jacob.
me, yeah, Jacob. No, it wasn't Jacob. It was Danny's brother. Danny's brother grabbed him under the armpits from the back and drug him out to Will's car. And it was Will was upstairs doing his own thing with the girl who I won't mention, but he was up there doing his own thing, so I kind of got stuck with the whole Dakota situation. And I was just like, all right, I'll deal with it. No big deal. Had to get this dude home, so I took the Dub Mobile. I was like, all right. And then I also had Justin May and Isaiah Walker in the car with me too, because they both needed rides home. So we had dropped off Dakota first. I get to his house, and I don't even know which one's his house. Like I'm just like going off like barely remembering anything just from the time that we had picked him up before. And like I'm like, all right, which one of these places is his house? And like I finally figure out which one's his house. Like I'm smacking him in the face to try and keep him awake, to get him inside. We get to his front door, and this dude is like slumped over my shoulder, bro. Like I'm like pounding on his front door because it's locked. And his mom answers the door, and I'm just like, please, please let me just come in real quick. And I'm like walking up her stairs, like with her son on my shoulders, carrying her drunk son. 21 years old. Like she very
Oh
clearly
my
was
god.
looking at me and was like, "Well, you're underage," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then like I'm just like trying to get out of the house. Like I go take him upstairs. I come downstairs. His mom's waiting at the bottom of the stairs for me, and I'm like, he's had quite a bit to drink tonight. I'd probably go get him a water bottle and just let him sleep." And she was like, "Yeah, I can tell." And so I like walk out, or like I'm like, and he had forgotten it was like his wallet and keys in the car. So I had to go back out to the car, get his wallet and keys, give it to her, and then that was that. Well, I had gotten back to, or no, I went and dropped off Isaiah and Justin at Isaiah's house, and then I had gotten back to the party, and there was a bit of a situation going on with Will and the girl that he was with. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So the girl, had ended up throwing up. Like the girl, like I don't know. I wasn't there. That would Will could tell you more than I can, but I wasn't there. What I remember though is the girl ended up throwing up all over the couch and the floor, and
Oh.
Will was just kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm not doing this. This is not my problem anymore. You got yourself in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
You can get yourself out of it. I'm gonna leave. So me and Will were like, all right, yeah, it's time to go.
They just left her there?
You know what? Hey,
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So we're like, all right, get in the car. Will's like, Will is wasted. He very quickly realizes like, oh, I'm not able to drive. So, uh, and well, did we end up taking her home?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And she lost
So
her
Okay.
keys.
All right.
yeah. That's what
that's
it is.
fucked up.
Yeah. So we fucking this girl is like
All
keeping.
right, Troy. Story ends here.
He's like,
He's
okay,
like,
we're done.
let's
All
shut
right.
that down now.
All right. You sure, Will? You sure?
Yeah.
Oh man.
This
I kind of want to know what
story
comes next.
Yeah, me
is.
too.
Hey, Troy, you should make like a Luna channel, man.
What do you mean?
No,
Tell
we're gonna
life stories.
we're gonna tell stories on
This
here, bro. We
This
got
one,
plenty
yeah.
of stories to tell. Trust me.
Oh, dude, we have so many stories. I promise you,
Oh yeah.
so many stories.
Oh, we have stories.
Oh my
for
god, dude,
days.
the first New Year's party. Oh man,
I got invited
Oh
to that. I
man,
wasn't
that
allowed
was
to
a
go
doozy.
though.
that
Oh
thing.
man.
The very first one. What was that? Where were we at?
I remember that because I was working with Will at that time. We used to talk about it like every day.
Yeah.
I gotta be
Where
like,
did we throw that party at, Will?
uh, but like I don't remember. It was at one girl's house, Sierra Hardiman.
Yeah. Oh my god. So well, hang on. I'll start. Basically, we ended up. So we're like, all right, yeah, New Year's is coming around. It's a great idea to throw a party. So we got the word out. Hey, Team Dub's gonna throw another party. It's gonna be New Year's. Gonna make it a banger.
Yes, sir.
Everybody was
Yes,
ready for
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
Everybody was ready.
Yes,
The whole
sir.
school was ready for this party to happen. The whole school was ready for this party to happen. So like, we had gotten the word out that we were gonna make it a kegger,
Yeah, I remember that.
and
Yeah, we've done
everything
it a
went to
million
plan.
times.
Everything went to plan. We had gotten the kegs. We had done everything that we were supposed to do. But the problem was we relied on other people to help us out, which we now know not to do, and we 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 put responsibility into somebody else's hands. I won't mention his name just because I'm not that guy, but we put responsibility in somebody else's hands, and he gave us a place to keep these kegs.
That hasn't paid us back yet.
Nope, hasn't paid us back for the kegs, by the way. Uh, so we get this, or no, we go drop these kegs off at this guy's house that the mystery guy says is a great place to drop off, that nothing will happen to
Oh.
our kegs. So get there, drop it all off, everything's fine, blah blah blah. Keep in mind the guy's house that we dropped it off to goes to Moeller, so we all know how those guys are. Drinking
Yeah.
boys. They love alcohol because
Yeah.
that's all they can do.
Yes, sir.
And so we get there. I'm already like having a bad feeling about it. I'm just like, oh man, I don't know about all this. I don't feel safe about this. I don't think my kegs are gonna be here in the morning. And I was right.
Well,
Kegs were
yeah.
gone.
Dang.
Kegs were gone. That was a lot of fucking money. A lot of money just down. the
Five
drain.
hundred.
How many did you guys have?
$515 exact.
Three,
500.
three. It was three full drum kegs, big,
Oh
just
my
huge. They were
God.
like easily like 200 pounds each. I think it was like equivalent to 180 cans a keg or
That's
something like
insane.
that.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was just a lot of beer that I did like. We just could not afford to go missing, and we were just like, "Fuck, man, what are we gonna do? Our kegs are gone. We got literally 2 days before this party's about to happen. 2 days, no kegs, no alcohol, no nothing, and we promised people a banger and a kegger. So we're just like, oh my god, this is terrible. And we're sitting there thinking, and we're just like, all right, you know what? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go and we're gonna buy enough beer cases to equivalent those 3 kegs. So that's exactly what we did. We went out and we bought probably like 20, 25 cases of beer, and we filled an entire SUV with beer. It was Will's mom's car. We had filled completely full in the back, just with beer cases. Like, and we had pulled her car into the garage when we got to this girl's house. But first, before we even mention Sierra Hardeman, let me tell you about the first house that we were supposed to have, which would have been a much better house. The Acres house. Faith and
Just don't say as many last
yeah, yeah. So this girl, Faith, was well, first it was on board, like it was okay for us to use their house. But then word had gotten out how big the party was actually going to be and how many people were actually going to be there. And then it very quickly became, yeah, no parties happening at my house. So we ran into that party, ran into that problem. So we were just like, all right, well, we're obviously going to need a new address. We got all the beer we need. We just need an address to throw the party. No, the same guy who had given us the Moeller guy had found a new address. Thankfully, it came through, but it gets bad. So
Oh god.
we get there, and we're like, all right, yeah, this ain't gonna be bad. They, for God knows whatever reason, had like streamers and shit hung up, like just a bunch of weird decorations. I'm just like looking at these girls, like, you do realize your house is never gonna look the same after this party again, but they had no idea.
20
And
minutes. We fucking fucked them over, bro. We said it was gonna be 20 to 30 people, and then
yeah, we said like, yeah, it was like 20 to 30 people max. And the party had started. We got there at around like 8:30, probably is when we got there. We walk in, we bring in all this beer, and pretty quickly the look on the girls' faces were changing. Like, all right, that's a lot of beer for 20 to 30 people.
Yeah.
And
Wait, when was this?
it was the New Year's going into 2019.
Ah, I see.
Oh yeah, keep going, dude.
So we're unloading all this beer, taking it all down in the basement. We had like supplied. We had even catered for it. Like, we brought food for everybody to eat and shit like that, just so like nobody was gonna throw up all over this house and shit. And
Yeah.
we had like gotten in there, gotten everything unloaded, put on our stories that the party was at 9 o'clock. And when I tell you exactly at 9 o'clock that 200 people came storming this house, I mean exactly at 9 o'clock, 200 fucking people stormed this house.
Yeah,
From the
bro, it
garage,
was a
through the front door,
banger.
through the
It
back
was a
door, through
freaking banger.
everywhere. The entire street lined with cars. The back side of the street lined with cars. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Like, I was mind blown when I saw how many people were coming to this house. And like, I knew every single person walking in, and that was the crazy part. So I was just like, oh my god, this is gonna be insane.
All right,
So
boys. Looks like we got a $1 donation.
We did.
It says,
Yay.
do you guys have any stores including all of you slash most of you?
What is it?
yeah, what'd you say?
It says, do you guys have any stores including all of you slash most of you?
Including all of us?
I believe.
Taylor Wilson's party?
Yep, that's it.
Taylor, yeah, we'll get
All
there.
right, I'm
I think-
telling this one. I'm
Oh,
telling
God.
this one.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling.
God.
Will,
Hang on.
Will, I get
Hey,
the
Let's
end.
go
I
at
get
it.
the end.
Different
Before we
perspective.
call it Taylor Wilson's party, let's go ahead and correct that. It was not Taylor
Team
Wilson's party.
Dubs
It was Team
party.
Dub's party held at Taylor Wilson's house.
All right.
Oh god.
All I'm saying
Alright.
is that I gotta explain the end because after everyone dipped, that was the last one around.
Yeah. TJ's got the end. TJ's
All right,
got
but
the end.
I'll tell you the whole.
Everybody's gonna tell their side because not everybody was together throughout the time because we did get separated like multiple times. So whoever wants to go first with that one can.
I'll go first, but we all have to be organized. So, what order are we gonna go?
We can just go in from Discord, like Aiden, Patrick, me.
No,
I
go
wasn't there.
vice versa. Go vice versa. Will,
Oh,
Tyler,
okay, Will,
Troy,
Tyler, okay.
me.
Yeah.
All right, so
I just drove by. I didn't do anything.
I was sitting in, and I was like, I need to throw a party, and I knew that it's been a long time since doing a party, and I knew it was gonna be a good weekend because Taylor. All right, I already know we're gonna throw the biggest banger in town, and everyone's gonna know about it. So all I did is hit up Taylor Wilson. He said yes, and it was a done deal. I mean, I know all I needed to do is get about 8 cases of Bud Light, and they're gonna be all right. Tyler,
Tyler's up.
what did you feel?
Oh, I'm up. So this was one of like the only like actual parties that I've ever attended, right? Because
Right.
I mean, I don't know, like usually on the weekends I'm working, right? So I just don't have the time or the energy to party with these guys because I know they party hard as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Hell
But
That's
but
yeah.
the only
but
way.
this time it was a special occasion. I knew I had to attend. So I was actually feeling pretty hyped. I was with I believe it was just me and Ethan and when we went and it's actually a pretty insane story on my part because hey, what's up ZB Blogs? I'm glad you're our biggest fan. I appreciate you, brother.
We love you.
But it's actually funny because I just remember that shit being so lame to start out with. Well, it actually wasn't that lame. However, there was a lot of stuff that happened during the start, I'm sure you guys remember, that
Oh yeah.
pissed all of us off.
Oh yeah.
But once
Oh
we actually
yes.
got settled, that shit got packed. And they were only letting people in the basement. And there was like 100 fucking people in the basement. Like that shit was going off. People were literally leaving because of how full it was.
Oh
All
my
I
god.
remember is sitting in the car with Hayden and Joe and some other people, and these people were walking away, and we rolled down the window. And we're like, "Hey, what y'all leaving for? This shit just can start." And they were just like, "Oh, there's just way too many people in there. Like, it's just way too
That's
packed." Cause
insane.
they were only letting people in the basement because of his fucking camera.
Yeah, he had a camera that could see everywhere but the basement,
Oh dang.
and it was to refer to what Tyler was saying. What kind of made us mad in the beginning was plans got canceled the first time around. We had an incident with the cops, and
Yeah.
we end up going to this backup address. And we get there, and it turns out that the address was a flunk all along, and there was actually no one there. And so we had to go back to the original address. And yeah, that was kind of tough to finally get the party started. But like Tyler said, once we got it started, it was started.
All right. I'll put in my 2 cents of
Yeah.
this.
The
So,
partier.
so Will comes to me and he's like, "We're gonna throw another banger." Uh, I just want to state for the record, I was not or 0% on board right away. Like I wanted no part of this. Like I was not down to throw another party, not after the last one. But Will ended up talking me into it, just like he has every single other time. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, we're gonna throw a banger, okay. So and I just because it's Taylor Wilson, I didn't really like. I just didn't really trust it all. Like there was so many things that could go wrong. But with him living on our street and everything, it was it wasn't really too bad. So like we had gotten there the first time, everything was supposed to be good and ready, but there was a camera that was recently installed by the parents of the home, and the camera had caught noise or motion. I don't really know what set it off, but either one. And a parent was notified, obviously, and cops. Well, I don't really know if cops showed up the first time, but it was said that cops were on the way and that everybody needed to get out of the house. So we all left, packed everything up, all the alcohol that we had, everything, and we were going to this second address that was supposed to work.
It did
And
not
like
fucking
Keegan
work.
said, yeah, like Keegan said, it did not fucking work. It was a bust, complete complete bus. Got
What'd you
there, drove.
guys like? Yeah, what'd you guys see when you got there?
Oh, so
Dude,
there were these
it was
big
like,
ass houses.
yeah, it was like a big ass mansion. So when like we were driving through the neighborhood, I'm like, oh, this is about to be lit. We have like so many people on the way. This is a big ass mansion. And then we're all lined up on the street, like car to car to car to car. All the main people, like me, Will, Hayden, Tyler, everybody else that was driving, and we're all just sitting there, and we're just like, what the fuck is this? And we can't even get in this house. Nobody's home. What the fuck is this? And Taylor's with us because it was his idea. It was his bright idea that this was going to be the new house. And we're just like, Taylor, what the hell did you just get us into, bro? There's so many people on the way to this house, and there's
Keep in
no
mind
park.
this was 40 minutes out.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was
40
far
minutes
away.
away
Oh
from
my God.
Mason, where the actual party was supposed to be. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ, bro, what the hell? And like, I'm just pissed off. I'm just not having it. And then like I get word that we're gonna go back to Taylor's house and we're gonna throw the party there again. So I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do that. So go get in the car that I'm driving. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, driving down the highway. I got Hayden in his white Beamer behind me, and he's following me. We're going back to the house, Taylor's house. Get there like 10 minutes probably after everybody else that went to the the false address, and I got up to the door. Taylor had let me in, told me we had to go down to the basement, be extremely quiet. And not when we were passing the camera, everything was fine. Got down there, I was enjoying myself, drinking, playing beer pong, chilling with everybody. And then, like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes after everything was going very well, like, everybody was just having a great time, this crazy bitch picks up a knife. Like, I don't even remember her name. I don't even know who the hell it was. Who is that? Natalie Cater. Oh my god. This girl
Oh
picks
God.
up a knife and is like screaming at people.
She got the knife from me.
Yeah,
Oh
she's like
my God.
screaming at people, and I'm like, whoa, that ain't gonna fly.
Oh
So
my
I
God,
go
I
over.
forgot all about
So
that.
I
I
go
don't
over
even
to her and I like grab her wrist, the wrist that she's holding the knife with. And she's like, "Get the fuck off me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" I'm like, "You need to chill the hell out and give me the knife. Like, you are drunk out of your mind. Like, I've never seen anything like this." And I'm like, and she's like, and then Braden Ireton's right next to me, and he was like talking to her, calming her down. He was like, Natalie, give him the knife. Give him the knife. It's okay. Just give him the knife. She gives me the knife, and the problem was resolved. I go back to what I was doing, and I'm just chilling, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, our good old pal Marty, R.I.P. He's down there,
Jesus.
and,
Wait, what happened to Marty? Hold on.
oh, hang on. We'll get there. I promise
Oh,
we'll get there.
all right, all right.
And I'm like talking to him. He's sitting there telling me how many beers he's had. And I'm like, all right, well, you're way too out of control, so you probably should slow down. And he's sitting there asking me where more beer is. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell you. And he's like getting mad at me and he's trying to start a fight with me, like a real life fight with me. And I'm like, Martarius, dude, get out of my face before I punch you. And then Jack Back had actually came over and was helping me out. And he was like, Marty, you need to go sit down and chill out, dude. And it was just not happening. Marty was just not getting the message. It was just not going through his head that he needed to chill out, that he was way too far gone, blasted, and he just was out of it. And so he just got mad as hell and started throwing shit. Just everything that he could grab, he threw at anything and anyone. It didn't matter who it hit. He didn't care. He had no part of it. He was just sitting there, and first it was a beer that he had thrown, a full beer. He threw it up against the wall, went everywhere. Then there was like half of a case left of beer. He threw that at the closet door. No idea what happened to it. I don't know if it spilled or anything like that. And then like we were all screaming at him and everything. And then I don't know who it was, but somebody came over and got him to chill out. After that, finally chilled out. And then I went upstairs for like literally 2 seconds, and Taylor's up there like freaking the hell out, talking about how his dad's like called the cops again and how the cops are on their way. And I'm just like, bruh, this cannot be happening again. Are you serious? And so I'm sitting up there like, all right, what are we gonna do? And he's like, we gotta get everybody out of this house right now. And I'm like, all right, well, it's not actually that easy, okay, bud? It's not actually that easy. And he
Actually,
was
it
like,
was. I ran downstairs after getting
no,
that
yeah,
message.
that's what you shouldn't have done. That's why I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to cause panic because with causing panic, you also cause mayhem. And what mayhem caused is my whole entire neighborhood watch list and the whole entire neighborhood Facebook page to again blow the hell up. So Taylor decides he's gonna tell TJ, get everybody out of my damn house now. So TJ goes
Because
down there.
TJ was the bodyguard, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
TJ
was.
goes down
TJ
there
was
and
the
starts
bouncer.
screaming,
No, I
"Cops
flicker
are on
on
the
and off the
way!
lights, and I'm
Cops
like, the
are on the
cops.
way!" And I'm just like, oh my god, here it goes. And then all these kids, I'm like talking like hundreds of kids, just poured up the stairs, like stepping over each other to get over the stairs.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
just like, what is going on, bro? This was not supposed to happen. I get upstairs. I'm like, I'm with my girl. So I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I don't even, Jesus Christ, this is a terrible situation. And I ended up getting separated from her. I was at the front of the house looking outside. I was like seeing the sheriff's car, like looking at how close they were and like how much time I actually had to get out. And I'm like, all right, what's the best route for me to go and like meet up with everybody else? So I'm like looking through the backyard. Like everybody else had already left the house. Like it was like me and like two other people upstairs, and then there was like I don't know who was downstairs. TJ was one of them, and so was Afak apparently. But I was upstairs like getting ready to leave the house. I walk out the door. I see my girl waiting there, like just sitting there. I have no idea what to do. So I'm like, all right, let's go. We gotta go. We had walked like out of the yard. Keep in mind there was like 100 kids that ran through this backyard, and they had took the fence down with them, like ran through the
No.
fence,
Yes, the
completely.
entire fence was down.
Yeah,
That's
like completely
insane. I
ran
wish
through
I
the
went.
fence.
I wish I
Somebody,
went.
I don't know who it was. Apparently, somebody tried to jump the fence, didn't make the jump, and just went right through it. I want to say
Shout out to my
Speculation.
boy Dylan
Yeah,
Jones.
speculation
yeah,
Dylan
is
did
it
that.
was it was
Dylan
Dylan.
did that.
Yes.
yeah,
No,
Dylan.
no, it
I'm
wasn't. No,
texting
it
him.
wasn't Dylan.
I'm
I
texting
saw it
him
happen.
right now.
Yeah, it was Dylan, dude.
It was Dylan.
I don't think it was Dylan.
It
Again,
was
I was
Dylan.
too drunk to remember. I remember I saw it, and I thought it was a girl who did it. But
There's no way any girl at that party could have took out a fence. They
I
were all
don't know.
pretty smart.
I was pretty fucking wasted.
All right. So, Troy, you want to continue, or do you want me to pick up?
Hold up. And then so, where was I? Yeah. So I see the broken fence, and like immediately I'm just like, oh my god, this is the worst possible scenario. Like this is damaged property. This is just not good. This is terrible. And I'm like everything's slowly like coming to realization. Like I'm forcing myself to sober up, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to take control of the situation. So I like walk out of the yard through Taylor's backyard, through the people behind him. I get out to Spring Arbor, which is like the main street basically in our entire neighborhood, like the middle street. Cuts right through the middle of the neighborhood. Everybody uses it. Uh, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, oh, our good old buddy Marty is sitting there like mad confused, like way too far gone, way too many drinks, has no idea what he's doing. And I'm just like, Marty, dude, follow me. And like apparently a bunch of people had told him to follow him, or told Marty to follow him. But here's the thing: Jacob was supposed to be Marty's like designated drunk person. Like Marty should have never have left Jacob's sight basically. And they had been separated because Jacob decided he was going to go with a girl, and Marty was basically just left alone. So Marty was like I said, completely out of his mind, like was just not in the right state of mind. He ended up jumping on top of Hayden's Beamer, which was on like sitting on like in Spring Arbor. Cause that was the car that Tyler was in, Joe was in, Hayden was in, and I
Yeah,
don't know who else was in the car, but those are the three people
just
that I
some
know.
random girls.
Yeah, yeah, it was two random girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then Marty was trying to get into the car, and obviously they had no room, so they drove off. Well, Marty was hanging on to the back of the car, so when they drove
Oh,
off, Marty
dang.
had fell down, like face planted on the concrete,
Oh.
and just like I don't know, like I didn't see him again, like because I had already left, like I just watched it happen, and I couldn't go back because I was already with a group of people myself, and the cops were heading down Spring Arbor as soon as that happened. Like I'm pretty sure they watched the whole thing happen. So I took off down towards Ethan Street because I was planning on going to Ethan's house. Like I had nowhere else to go. So I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna have to see if Ethan made it home. I don't know where he's at. So I get there, he's not home. So I'm just like, damn, dude. And there's like I'm with my girl and there's like another group of girls like following me, like for no reason. I'm like screaming at them, I'm like, go the fuck away. I don't want you near me. Like you're loud as shit and I'm not giving you a ride home. So my girl's car was parked all the way up by Taylor's house where the cops were. So like I had to somehow make it around to like get the car and bring it back to her. So I like that's what I did. I had like snuck up there, was able to get the car and then I brought it back. And then I ended up just going home after that. And at this point, like every single neighbor and every single person in the neighborhood was wide awake and well aware of what the hell was going on and just watching outside the front doors, like just standing outside the front door, just watching the show. Cops are going in and invading the house, and that's where I'll let TJ take over.
So
Fucking TJ's
once
dumbass stayed and
Well,
waited
No
for the
kidding,
cops.
TJ, you
Of course, TJ
stayed?
stays.
okay, listen. One
Oh
too
my
many
God.
drinks in before the fence had fallen down. I was outside in the backyard. And I was like, "There's no way. I'm too intoxicated. No way I'm making it to the fence." So I walk back in. And I'm like, you know what? My boy Taylor's all by himself. I think that I could probably help talk him out of this because he was hammered. Like I wasn't that drunk,
Oh.
but he was hammered. And so it was me, someone else I don't remember who, and Taylor. And Taylor's looking of his window, and the cops knock, and he's like, "Everyone, run! We're just gonna hide and stay quiet." And I was like, "No, go answer the door, dude. They're gonna bat it down either way." And
Yeah.
he comes, um, he goes to the door and lets the cop in, and I was by the back door, and so I make myself known. I'm like, "Hello, officer. I'm also back here." And he's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm his friend." He's like, "Did you throw this party?" I was like, no, sir, but I was part of it." And he was like, "Have you been drinking?" I was like, "No, sir."
Oh, you little liar.
Yeah, and he was like, "All right, let me run a background check on you. You'll be good to go." This background check ended up taking about 45 minutes. It took forever. I have no clue why, but
Probably because he had to go to a superior to get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he all of a sudden while we're sitting there waiting, just I'm making small talk with the cop. He's like, I was like, "I don't know if there's anyone in the basement still or not," and he goes and checks that out. Another cop comes in. Well, all of a sudden this cop's walking down to the basement, and all you hear is, "Hello, officer, I'm down here." And I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Fucking
And
affect.
Affleck walks up the stairs with the cop, and I'm like, "What? Why are you here?" Anyways, so
Oh
uh,
my God.
all of a sudden you hear over this microphone as you hear, and this got me. You hear, "We got a man on Spring Arbor, uh, very intoxicated, just tried to bite a cop," something like that. And me and Taylor looked at each other and we go, "Martarius."
No.
Yes, and
Did he go to
yeah,
jail?
yes, he did.
Is he like? Is he?
I'm not
Where
sure
is
on
he
his
now?
current situation, but
Oh God.
yeah. Anyways, I ended up getting out, and AFAC ended up giving me a ride home. But yeah,
Where?
Wow. You know, I heard the cops from my house.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn then. So I guess I'm gonna start where like when the party really happened. That's when like we came back from. I honestly forgot where we went to the second house. Was it Dayton?
Yeah.
it was over by Dayton.
Yeah, I was too fucking hammered. I was like, wow, look where we're going. Oh, we teleported here. So, I'm walking inside, it's getting lit and shit like that. And, obviously at a normal party, again, you just like, you go in, you like, shake people up, say, how's everyone going? And I'm just like making my like, going through the room and just saying hi to people, right? And finally, I'm like, okay, you know what? Now it's time for me to just rest and sit on this couch. Like I finally had time to sit down again from like, what I mean, going to like, one car to another car and shit like that and all this. Like we were also going to like Walmart and shit like that and grouping people up and seeing like where we're going and shit. So I finally thought it was like my first time finally sitting down. I was just drinking a beer, you know, chilling on the sofa, and then TJ fucking comes down there. It's like cops. And then I was like, bruh, like I'm like so fucking hammered.
Yeah,
That,
he
like,
was sitting on the couch after everyone left, and I came over and shook him. I was like, "Bro, you got to get out of here."
I really did not feel like going. You know what I mean?
He was
So I
like
was
in
like,
that zone, like, "Nah, I'm just gonna whatever happens, happens."
so I fucking what is it? I meet I remember TJ, you were there, and I followed Dylan Jones because Kyle was there, and I guess I thought that was my main ride.
Yeah, Ryan
And
or Kyler. Yeah.
yeah, Dylan and I we thought maybe the best way to get out was from the front door because we knew from like the first incident when the cops came, we went from the back, and I think that's when someone broke the fucking fence. So with the first way was going in front, but then we saw fucking like three officers pulling up, so we're like, okay, shit, we can't go through there. Time to go from the back. And yeah, we fucking go through there, and I think we meet up at Ethan's place because that was the pregame. And Ethan's like, no, we can't get any more people. Like, you know, I mean, there's tons of people in my place. We can't have any more people. And throughout the whole entire fucking party, Nate Tomlin, he keeps on fucking snapping me saying like where the party is at. And I'm telling him like,
Of course it's Nate.
I'm telling him like, I don't know, man. Not a lot of people like fuck with you. They like, you know, I don't think they want me to, you know, you to come. And yeah, he still came anyway. And
Of course
he
he
saw
did,
me.
yeah,
He
that's
saw
Nate.
me in front of what is it, Ethan's place. So he fucking picks me up, and what is it? Yeah, Patrick came to Walmart after the cops came and asked for the info.
Yeah.
Type shit.
That's Patrick. That's Patrick right there.
Yeah, and yeah, I was sitting in the back of the, you know, the Ford Ranger,
Oh yeah.
you know, crossfaded. Um, Obviously Nate was like, you know, I was just trying to go home because I was kind of like fucked. So I just wanted to maybe like smoke a joint before going home and be done. But he went to like off-roading, obviously.
Of course.
And yeah, it was an experience, honestly. It was an experience.
Yeah, it was an experience for everyone for sure. That shit was insane.
That's crazy.
Hey, it was worth it though. It was worth it. It was a good memory.
It was worth it.
It's a story to tell, that's for sure.
You guys gotta stop going to houses. You should come out here with me on a farm.
Yeah, we should fucking
Dude,
make
that
a
would be
plan
lit.
party.
That
It's
would be
Dude,
like an
honestly,
apple orchard or some
farm
shit.
place.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had to fight a
Just
cow
because-
before.
Just because it's secluded, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Michael
neighbors
Jackson in
get
this
off
bitch.
in the
He motherfucker.
Oh, that was after the party? Oh.
Yo, this stream's actually a success.
It's what?
It's actually a success. I'm surprised we got a
Wait.
donation.
I forgot. I don't know whose shoes got ruined, but I remember Dylan Jones or Kyle buying baking soda to kind of remove the stain from Walmart. And they were like making a huge fucking mess in the parking lot. I remember that. I don't know why though.
That's
I remember
crazy.
that one specific reason why we went to Walmart because someone's shoes got fucked up.
Dang.
I just remember being in the car with Hayden and Joe and rolling up, and then the cop pulling up next to us, and the bitch next to me is like, "Hey, that's a cop." I'm like, "Yeah, we should probably leave." So fucking Hayden dips out of there, and we basically ran from the cops while smoking a blunt. It was, and then he dropped me off at some random street. I thought I was close to Ethan's. Turns out I fucking wasn't. So I just had to like run around the neighborhood and find Ethan's house. But I got there eventually, and fucking, I think Troy came as well.
Yeah, I did. We ended up, you know, having our fun that night.
Oh yeah.
That sounds insane. I should have came.
Oh man, dude, it was definitely one for the books.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Definitely one for the books.
Keep in mind, all this went down in the course of like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
and a half.
Oh,
it was really quick.
Yeah.
You guys were telling it like it was hours.
Nah, all of that went down in that whole
Nah, dude,
in
literally,
that time frame.
literally, as soon as we got there, people started piling in, and people started playing cup pong, right? And then Joe's like, "All right, I'm going out to smoke." I'm like, "Okay, bet, I'm coming." It's literally, we go outside, we roll up, start smoking, and then the fucking cops come and we dip.
Hey?
So I had very little recollection of that night the next morning, but all I remember is getting told that at one point during the night I picked up a knife and started playing that like five finger fillet game,
Oh my god.
and
Only
everyone
Oh
was
you.
like
yeah, TJ was
chanting me
putting on a
on.
show. Yeah, TJ was putting on a show in the basement with the five finger
I
fillet
do
game.
remember that video I took of everyone yelling at Patrick to chug. Remember
Oh
Patrick?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
and
Somebody, I don't
Patrick
even know
down
who
like
it was.
half a bottle of Pirate
People,
Bay. That was
Yeah,
Ethan was literally
everybody was
screaming in his
screaming around.
face.
Yeah, everybody was literally like just chanting around Patrick, chug, 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 and like I don't even know who gave him the bottle, but Patrick, that's probably why you felt so shitty, bud.
yeah.
It was definitely a good night.
I've had a lot of good nights as Team Dub and the boys.
Oh yeah.
So that was story time. Do we want to get into a
I
few
remember I
topics?
also fucking spilled a fucking was it 3 gram of shake that night because I was so fucking. It was fucking hell. I had to fucking vacuum it up, and I was like not going to fucking smoke it because it was like covered in dust.
Damn,
Oh.
that's a major L.
All right. So what do you guys think about this? The schools being online. Like, what is your
Uh,
opinions on that?
Dude, this
Poo
is
poo.
the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I
I don't
know.
know whose idea this was, but it's a fail.
Okay, so at first, I've kind of had mixed feelings about it this whole time. At first, I was kind of worried. I was like, I'm gonna procrastinate the hell out of it, right? Because that's just what I do. But then I started doing the algebra assignments. I realized I can literally cheat my way out of everything.
Yep,
But
that's what I've been
then,
doing.
then I realized that some of the teachers aren't even taking this stuff for a grade. My English teacher, uh, the same one that Patrick and TJ have, our English teacher is literally putting everything in the feedback section, taking nothing for a grade. So I'm spending all this effort cheating on this shit and doing all this shit, and it's probably not even going to be graded. So I don't like it anymore. I was really hyped when I figured out that I could just cheat and that'd be that, but now I'm kind of having mixed emotions about it.
I actually did get some insight today for at least Mason schools that I'm sure it's many other schools too, but we are not you cannot lower your grade. You can only raise it from here on. So any
Oh,
assignments
you
you
can't
do,
lower it?
yeah, any assignments won't hurt your grade. You can only
Oh
raise it.
yeah.
Chill, chill.
But
Patrick is so
but
happy right now.
but if you don't do the assignments, they'll give you an incomplete for the entire course. So even stuff
I
before
mean,
Corona won't.
obviously, like I'll try now, but like now this is an easy GPA boost. Like if you don't do your
Oh
fucking
yeah.
homework, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. No reason to not try at this point.
Exactly.
So, does anyone have the answers for the the unit test or the quiz for Clark, fourth bell?
Um.
We could probably do that after the podcast.
Yeah. Let's wait a little bit.
Oh, I'm just asking if anyone has it. Anyone watching the stream? The 4 people who's watching the stream.
I need people give us the answers. Oh,
So
so how long are
we,
you guys trying to make these?
yeah, I was about to say, do we want to talk about what's going on in school with you guys? For me, we're graduating with the marks we have. We can raise our marks, though. I'm guessing marks are grades. I have good grades now, so I'm just not going to do anything. Yeah, he says you can't.
Hey.
Epic Dabber says he cannot lower his grades.
Wait, so if you have a 4.0 GPA right now, all A's, you technically don't need to do shit.
You have to
Guess,
complete
yeah.
the assignments, but all you can do is boost your grade from there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you fail.
So
or not.
so these like the try hard people, they're just like wasting their time basically.
Yes.
Essentially, like I was doing.
Ethan, or not Ethan. Sorry, Patrick. Aren't you a tryhard?
No.
Ah.
You should see this guy in class, dude.
Dude, I fucking finished a college essay while my teacher was explaining how to turn it in.
No.
And I got a
Dude.
fucking C minus on that bitch too.
Our English teacher literally thinks like there's something mentally wrong with him. Like she literally thinks he's slow.
She's like fucking reading me the directions, making sure that I know how to read.
Like literally, but she does that.
Read this word.
She does that with everyone though. Like whenever you ask her a question, she treats you like a fucking child, and then she just
I mean,
rereads the directions. Like, okay, bitch,
Oh,
that's not what I asked.
dude, I fucking like how what's her name again? Camila, right? She's like,
Oh god.
oh, she's a fucking the worst
Dude,
teacher.
I
And then
think
she's
she's
like,
watching.
ah!
I think she's watching.
Oh shit.
She was. Oh,
she
that's
was
funny.
watching
Oh no,
Oh my god, someone said her teacher's name.
Yep.
That's
No, I don't want to mention too many names on this, for obvious reasons.
Who is Shauna Parkinson?
Oh,
That is a teacher at Mason City Schools.
a great teacher loved by many, many, many students.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't sound very pleasant.
I mean, hey, you know, I gotta give her for something. This one time, Fletcher asked me like, "Yo, I'm about to dip last bell. You better meet me at Pine Hill. Let's smoke after school." So I was like, "Oh shit! I hope Shauna Parkinson's cool about it." And I guess like she thinking I'm retarded and shit, she probably thought I got lost in the hallways. So I was able to dip.
That a boy, Patty.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, we got an echo. Oh, it's going.
And you know what? She didn't report me. So, you know, she hated me and I hated her back too. So it's like, it's a mutual thing, you know?
Yeah.
Does she have Parkinson's?
She does. She never gets mad. All she'll do is get passive aggressive as fuck.
She's like, what is this? She's like, if I catch you one more time on your phone, I will call your parents.
Did she
take
say like
that.
she'll like write a referral or some shit? I
No,
don't
and
know.
I told her to do it because I didn't care.
All right, changing the topic because obvious reasons.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's Will and Aiden up to? They haven't
What
said
is the
anything.
worst trouble you guys got in at school?
I
I got
To-
a good one for this
to be honest,
later.
I haven't got in very much trouble. I don't think I've gotten in any trouble in high school. However, earlier in the year, a certain principal decided to search me. Kind of backfired on him because obviously I didn't have anything on me. You know, he didn't find anything. So it was he called down another administrator that I'm actually cool with, and the other administrator gets down. He's like he's like oh hey, he's like, hey Tyler. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he just looks at the guy. He's like, it's nothing, right? He's like, because he literally knew that these guys have never searched me before. They're probably not ever going to again because I mean,
Exactly.
even if I bring a whole pound of crack to school, they ain't finding that shit.
Every year,
Amen.
to update.
I mean, yeah, I don't do any fuck shit at school. I mean, they never caught me with anything. The only thing that I've got in trouble for is like skipping class, and it was when we were taking the fucking Ohio test, and I knew that was it, if I like fucking skip, no one's gonna know. So me and my friend, right, and Owen Johannesson, right, we were fucking going to the auditorium and trying to fucking climb on the ladder, right, and the fucking auditorium is packed with people. It's so fucking obvious that
my
there are people fucking climbing up on the ladder, but we fucking did anyways, and we just up there, just just you know, haha, we are up here. That's it. You know what I mean? And then we started climbing down, and this fucking bitch from the library, she's like, sir, what are you guys' names? And this is where we fucked up. We said our real names. This is where we fucked up.
Jesus.
And we were like, she was like, we're gonna search up in the camera and find you guys anyways. And we believed it. We believed the fucking scam. But hey, you know, I showed up fried on Saturday school and found out the teacher didn't even show up for Saturday school. So hey, and I also met Sajad. So hey, that's a win.
Sajad, the homie. This guy in the chat's actually smart. He says every year they give them these sheets to update personal information like their address and their parents' phone number, and he put his own number on it. So whenever he skipped, they called his number, and he would just
that's
not
smart.
answer. That's really smart.
Damn, it's that.
Epic
I didn't
dabber
know
with
that.
the epic game removes.
Oof.
Dude, what if I fucking leaked everyone's email password for our school because I have the IT list?
I don't
What if I
really,
just like?
I don't really
What
think
if I?
anyone would give a
Whoops.
shit. What
I
if,
mean,
what would you do with someone's school email?
I mean, you can just log in though. I mean, you can just like I don't know, say fuck
could
shit on
send-
there.
yeah, you could
Just
email
log in
your
and send
teachers to
people
kill
death
them.
threats.
Because do you, Edwin Keck told me that one time. Do you know Michael Nelbert?
Yep.
He fucking went on Edwin's computer and sent an email to a teacher. Just
I remember
die.
I remember.
And
this.
fucking a police officer busted in the class with his hand on his gun, asking Edwin to come sit with them.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing ever.
So like, I mean, you still could do that shit. You know what I mean? You can literally log into anyone's accounts and say fuck shit like and say die.
All right, I got a good one for you guys. I've never been in trouble in school before.
Connor, I
so
think
two-
I think you'll tell a story and we'll probably wrap it up unless anyone else wants to say anything.
All right, sounds good. This is a good one to end on. You guys remember Garrison Shear?
Oh yes.
Of course.
That little heroin addict. Um,
Wait, did he end up trying?
I don't
No,
know.
No, not.
You guys stopped him, right?
You guys
Yeah, of
probably
course,
shouldn't
we
say
can't-
full names on here.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Yeah, Garrison. I didn't.
Just
I didn't-
first names.
Yeah.
So Garrison, me and him go to the same school, so we switched over to auto mechanics, right? And we go to this trade school. And 3 weeks ago, a day before this quarantine set in, we're coming out from lunch, and he proceeds to throw a bottle at me. So I go and I tackle him, and we go through a glass wall. We go fully. You ate a scoop of G Fuel for breakfast and got yelled at for making mess. Yes, I did not do it again. Watch. Hear this? It's G Fuel. Hear
Oh
this?
God.
G Fuel.
Don't waste it. Don't waste your gamer fuel.
I know.
Do a line,
All I
snort a
remember
line
is
right
being
now.
on a call with Swap one time.
It
and he
makes
was
you
like,
feel jittery if you snort it.
"Oh."
All right,
And I was
Connor, continue.
So I tackle him through this glass wall, and he gets up and just runs. He ran. So we go to class. I'm texting him, yo, we should probably go down and tell him we did that. Not 5 minutes later, everyone in the school is texting me, telling me I did it. And then an administrator comes down, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he opens the door, and he sees me dabbing up everyone in the class, and giving hugs. I was dabbing everyone up. They're all like, "Free Connor, free Connor."
Jesus.
And I get up there. We go and get Garrison. We're up there, and they tried to suspend me for 10 days
Damn.
with recommendation for expulsion. I
Wait,
told
is
them
this
in
at
5
Scarlet?
days. Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude, honestly though, because you guys are from Scarlet, you guys have like way more fuck shit stories than anything from Mason.
Oh, dude, I have way more. But yeah, that was the only time I've ever been in trouble in school.
Dude, I fucking regret not going to Scarlet so fucking badly.
Dude, you would have liked it.
I think I would loved it, man.
Everyone's constantly fried. It's crazy.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I appreciate everyone that came through. I appreciate the
Alright,
donations.
guys, let's all in 3, 2, 1, all say the N word to get Tyler.
Okay, let's hurry up and end the stream.
Alright, see you guys.
Hey,
I'll see you